Welcome to Mindset Mastery Moments, the best growth mindset podcast recognized by Million Podcasts and ranked as a top mindset podcast by FeedSpot. We're proud to be in the top 1% on Listen Notes. Join Dr. Alisa Whyte as we explore powerful insights and strategies to elevate your mindset. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to Mindset Mastery Moments, the podcast where we break down the psychology behind success, impact, and aligned leadership. Now listen, there's a shift happening in real time. Consumers are waking up, founders are pushing back, and the old corporate playbook, it's getting audited by consciousness. We've been sold convenience at the cost of community, speed at the cost of sustainability, and branding that looks good on the surface but falls apart with scrutiny. Today's conversation is for the leaders, founders, and consumers who are done with the smoke and mirrors. I'm fed up with it personally. Who want performance and principles, profit and purpose. My guest today didn't just build a beauty brand, she disrupted an entire supply chain mindset. No Amazon dependency, no big box validation, just real impact, real women, real results. And let me be clear, this is not cute sustainability. This is strategic sustainability. Joining me today is Kate Assaraf, founder of Dip, a sustainability-forward hair care company, redefining beauty without plastic or pretense. After years inside the beauty industry, Kate saw the disconnect marketing that excluded real women, like me, for goodness sake. Like me, like you, like us, all of us, right? And systems that rewarded scale over integrity. So she built something different. I tell you about these boss babes that we got them with. It's called Dip, D-I-P. Create salon quality shampoo and conditioner bars that are plastic-free, travel-ready, and built to last. But the real innovation is the business model. Kate's 7-figure brand invests directly in women-owned refill stores, funds local build-outs, and launches exclusive community based on products, proving you don't need corporate gatekeepers to win. She is named NJ Mamapreneur of the Year, a Forbes Council member, and, oh, I'm so proud of her on this one, Oprah's 2025 #1 pick for curly hair. Kate is leading a retail revolution rooted in honesty, empowerment, and consumerism, actually, which is a concept, a new thing that I've never heard of, but I know where she's going with this. Kate, welcome to Mindset Mastery Moments. Tell us who you are in your own words and tell us why you even started doing this amazing stuff in the first place. Welcome.
Oh my God, I don't even know if I can compete with your intro. Your intro is so beautiful and like almost made me, I was like, what are they talking about? They're talking about
me. You did the work.
Thank you. Yeah. My name is Kate Assaraf. You're so on the money. So Kate Assaraf, I own Dip Sustainable Hair Care, and what it is hair care, plastic-free hair care for people that would never touch plastic-free hair care. I think that's really the nicest way to put it. And I think that there is this growing frustration with sustainability, and there's growing frustration with the beauty industry and with products that require you to buy lots of extra products to make the whole system work. And I thought, what if I could simplify, make it work for everyone, make it actually sustainable, last a long time, and also what if I could build it without, Amazon influencers, all this kind of fake hype that you see happening in the beauty industry?
Man, those what if questions, I have been telling people for years, even before this podcast, when you ask yourself, what if, you're really opening unlimited resources. As long as you're guided in purpose and staying true and authentic to yourself, when you ask what if, the answers, take them as marching orders. So this is where we end up, because here's the thing, like I'm doing a 2-week travel here at the end of the week, and I'm going to be in different places, spending time with family, and I'm going to have to wash my hair because I work out every day. So I'm only bringing one carry-on and one check-in suitcase. So sometimes during the holidays, you don't get to bring, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try to bring everything that I will need in case my luggage gets delayed or lost for some weird reason. And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to put this liquid and that liquid. So first of all, just the fact that Dip is plastic free and I can actually get a bar, like, and I don't have to worry about it spilling everywhere because they threw my stuff around, just makes me excited. I'm like, where have I been all this time, right? So let's tell me about that. When you came up with that what if and you did that, where was your mindset, or what was your frustration and the problems you wanted to solve?
So my frustration with for about 10 years, I was trying to reduce my plastic, and I could reduce it in the kitchen. I could reduce it in other areas of my life. But when it came to my hair, it was, I think there's a little bit of like character when you're alone and no one's looking. Like I was back at my bottles, like my coveted salon bottles. I had like tons of bars that I had tried, and they were just sitting in my shower, and I hated all of them. And I just would go back to really expensive hair care. Like some people love shoes, some people love bags. I love hair care. I've always loved it. And I was frustrated because this was like, how many bars did I have to buy before I gave up on being plastic free in the shower altogether? And I had about 15, 20 years in the beauty industry. And I was like, I know I can solve this problem. Like, I know this frustration I'm feeling, it has got to be touching other people too. Right? And I know that happened a lot with sustainability. People like were paying more in order to save the world and do better. And then only to be like kind of burned by the products they bought. They were like, oh, this deodorant doesn't work. Like this, I don't really like this experience for like a bamboo toothbrush. Like, I don't like that. So I wanted to solve that problem of disappointment with sustainability.
Yes.
Wanted to make sure that it was marketed to people who were fun and like more like people that were, I don't know how, the sustainability has this kind of like film of like finger waggling and guilt. And I was like, what if we could just take the guilt away from marketing, just make something so good that the plastic free part of it didn't matter. And so that was my
wow. Well, listen, I mean, you did more than that, because Lady O, she is my best friend in my head. Lady O, listen, and she doesn't just endorse anything. That's one thing we've come to trust her. It's bigger than her making that list. She said it's the best product for curly hair. So when you are able to do that, like, you solve more than just sustainability issues, because us women with natural curly hair or kinky hair, we have a struggle to find good products. And sometimes at the beginning and the onset of a product creation, they do something really well, and then that quality dips. No pun intended. It dips to a level where it's not working the way we need it to. So for her to say that, because she has a lot of hair as well, and it's a lot, and she has to get it out sleek and shiny, and she doesn't play about her hair. So, and there's a few other products I would have mentioned that I haven't seen her endorse. You know that, right? Big brands.
It was a total surprise. Actually, there's a pretty well-known celebrity hairstylist that carries Dip in her salon, and she's probably put in like 40 reorders.
Are you comfortable mentioning the celebrity?
The celebrities that
you can't. I don't know whether for confidential. For confidentiality.
Yeah, but she works with like people that you see coveted every day, and celebrities that you see, you're like, oh my gosh, so she does.
I can't wait to have mine.
Yeah.
Your team was sent over a month ago, told me, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go look and check it out and see. And I should have just given it to my assistant because she knows me well. And now I'm like, oh my goodness, I missed this, because I would love to try it and talk about it some more. So I'd have to talk about it on a podcast when I do.
I'll make sure you get some, don't worry. But
awesome.
and then it's even just putting hair care out in the world, it's like not enough. When you talk about you need to shower every day because you work out, like that, the shampoo is so gentle that you can shower and wash your hair every day. Which for me, because I run and sometimes I'm training for half marathons, and I you have to shower every day. How do you navigate the world unshowered?
You have to shower every day. Listen.
And so it's that gentle that you can use it every day. You don't have to use it every day, but like is great if you need to. Like,
if you
and it's not just people who train. It's like, say you're a nurse and you work in a hospital, or you work with
wash
kids
that bacteria away.
in a daycare and you need to shower off all the colds and flus that are happening around you. Like there's many reasons why people have to shower every day. And I wanted to take care of that type of person who's only heard, don't shower every day. It'll strip all your oils. It'll do all this. So I wanted to make something so gentle. So in that vein, if you use like a lot of hair gel or a lot of products, like Dip isn't the right shampoo for you. It's really like, I mean,
blow and curl.
I want, like if you use one of those ballerina slick back sticks, you know, like or like certain edge gels, right? Like the Dip shampoo bar is too gentle. It's too nice. It's like too wimpy.
It's not going to take the gunk away from you. Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
So I want people to know that also. But on the other side, the conditioner bar, I wanted it to be so good. And my best friend has curly hair. Like she has type 4 curls. Yes. And I wanted it to work for her, and I also wanted it to last a really long time. So for me, the Dip conditioner bar, if it was just me using it, can last 1 to 1.5 years.
What?
Yeah, like it's because I used to buy conditioner every month, and it was like $50 to $70 every month.
You're
and I was
kidding me? Yeah, I use Fenty, I use Rihanna, and no, I have to buy that product every 3 months.
Well, they're intended
and
for you to have to keep.
Yeah, I think
that's intentional.
Like $129 or $149 or something like that. Yeah.
And they want you to keep buying it, and that like makes a lot of sense for normal kind of
consumerism. Yeah.
But for me, I want people to buy less, which is counterintuitive. And if you've ever been through the misery, as now I know you have, of having to buy expensive conditioner every month, like Dip solves that for you. So It's a $32 bar, the big one, and then it lasts forever. And when you go swimming, if you're on vacation, you go to the pool, you can dip the bar in water, run it right down really wet hair, and you can detangle and air dry.
Oh, yeah,
it's fun.
Wow.
It's fun to build something that was like, hey, I love hair. I love it. Planet. I love the idea of selling people less. Like, what if that's the story?
That is the story, because people are asking for more. And we're going to talk a little bit. The world is asking for more. We're asking for people to level up. Like, feel like our eyes are wide open and we're like, do I really need to be doing this, or is this just something I was told to do? And so when people ask these questions, you feel like you have to drudgerously do this, buy this, all this product. Like, I know I'm probably in my 5th year of closer to being a minimalist.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm doing inventory, not obsessively, of all the things I told myself I need to get and I have to have. And I'm not talking about necessarily making yourself uncomfortable and miserable. That's not what I'm saying. But you do not need, like, you're literally showing us that one of the major products, like I know we have, and you talk about plastic. My sister, I told her she is a therapist by day, but a salon by whenever we need her, because she does some of my hair at times, but for her daughter who plays basketball, who has to wash her hair all the time, I can see Dip being totally asset for her. But all this product, and when she travels, she's bringing all this product because she does my mom's hair. And then my nephew, who I keep begging to go back to just getting his hair, being a low cut guy, he has hair braids and all that, and I'm like, it's just too much. So the plastic, you just name it, it's like 2 yards of just containers.
Yeah. And that's like like when you think about a family and how much plastic is in the shower, if you're dividing all the hair into different hair types, and especially if you have, a type 1 and a type 4 hair person, have 4 kids, then you need 6 different shampoos and conditioners. That's 12 bottles. That's so much stuff. And so with Dip, I was like, I'm going to make the best formula that can work across all. Yes. So one family can have 1 set of Dip in their shower, and that is it. Like, they don't need all this other stuff. Like, and that, when I started the company, I got a lot of criticism from people, saying like, how are you going to build a business off of telling people to buy less? And I think
1 bar. Yeah.
The reason Dip does so well is because, 1, people don't think it's going to work, and then they get like really excited when it does. But then once they realize like, hey, I've been using this conditioner bar for like 9 months and there's still life left, like they tell people. It's a word of mouth business, and it's intentional, because how could you not tell your friends
about something that's saving you hundreds of dollars and works?
Yeah.
The thing it works. It's really, you just want to tell them about something that works. Forget the money part.
Totally.
That's just a bonus, honestly, to women when it comes to our hair. We want what works, period. There's no limit to what we spend, right? So we just want what works. And I get to save money. I'm coming. I don't mind. I'll try it, right? So Kate, let's dive into the mindset level, because you didn't just reject plastic. You rejected an entire way of thinking about growth. What was that internal unlearning you had to do to walk away from traditional beauty industry norms to becoming Dip?
So I had worked in, big beauty behind the scene, and I'd also worked in marketing that put products in Target and Ulta and Walmart, like all these, and Amazon. So I kind of saw behind the curtain on a lot of those things. And there's this sickness that once you discover how bad plastic really is for the planet and our health, like now we're finding out plastics in our brains and our blood and everywhere, umbilical cords, or you're finding it everywhere in the human body. But once you kind of look at the engine of what is happening out in the retail landscape and out in the Amazon landscape, like you start to discover, like, oh my God, like, I don't know if I want to ship my products in, pallets that are wrapped like 7 times in like the clear plastic that's just sliced and thrown away. Like, I don't know if I want to support that kind of big warehousing system that just has plastic that just, like literally that's what what happens to it. And there are now agencies that take the plastic and turn them into like buddy benches and stuff for schools. But like at one point, we're going to have so many buddy benches out there. Like there's more buddy benches and buddies. Like that's how much plastic we're going through.
Yeah.
And so I refill at my local refill store. And because to reduce plastic, I would go and, take my laundry detergent jug and go fill it up with laundry detergent at a refill store. And I would go and refill like bags of pasta. There's all sorts of things that you can refill now at these refilleries. And those kinds of stores really encourage being plastic free. So I was like, what if I use my company and what I know about marketing to get people into that kind of store so that they're kind of soft served sustainability. And if you think about it one level further, when you're building something, you want to make sure like, okay, if I put people here, then what? So then once they're in this store, like that store owner who's curated the best of the best in sustainability, like you don't have to worry about that feeling of buying something and being disappointed, which has happened so much in sustainability. Like these refilleries they're like the antidote to fake hype, because store owners have come in and tried every version of shampoo and conditioner bar before they put Dip on their shelves. They've tried, every version of like, the Ziploc replacement or the saran wrap replacement or all of these things. They've tried every version and they have the best of the best. So when you go into a store like that, you're being exposed to like the top vetted products. And I think that's really important to get people excited again, because people stop being excited about sustainability,
Yeah, it was a big thing. And then all of a sudden we just kind of went back to the default.
Right. And how do you keep people excited? Well, you give them good stuff, that makes them feel excited. And so that was like the bigger, the company Dip sells shampoo and conditioner, but the company Dip, it has the bigger mission is getting people into these stores and making real changes that stick. Because it's really, it's no good to sell someone something once, right? And to have them be annoyed.
Yeah.
You have to have people, like inspire people to make long-term change.
Exactly. And it's one person at a time, but we have to make the moves in that direction or it's not going to happen.
And there's no better way to close the door on sustainability than to have someone buy crappy sustainable products, because they're only going to buy them once. They're going to be like, forget it.
Exactly. You have to give quality. Absolutely. I agree. Because again, like I said, I want my hair to look great. I want my hair to be healthy. So if it's not working, it won't be, it's not sustainable for me to sustain, to be in a sustainable practice.
Exactly. Not sustainable in any
Exactly. Right, exactly. So the quality is there. It has to be there. So what are some of those lies that the industry normalized that you had to consciously dismantle for yourself?
So I think the biggest lie, and I don't mean this to any issue with influencers, but
Right.
that influencer bubble is popping now. But when I started Dip, it was very much alive and well. And I think that watching someone who has not paid for a product talk about it doesn't help anybody. Do you know what I mean?
Come on. And they're not even probably using it.
Right, right. And so that person can be promoting a hair product today and a different hair product tomorrow. Like, and they only have one head, so I don't know how they're comparing. You know what I mean? Like,
Thank you. I don't even know how people believe that stuff. I mean, I've caught that so many years. I always say, I said, one of the things is my brain is so practical for me to be any good sometimes to the world, because I'm like, and then also the same network is promoting. I'm like, which one of these? Because no one has loyalty to anything because they don't really believe in anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they didn't have to go through that emotional feeling of researching and choosing the product. Like the product chose them. But I think
'cause
people
it's
can
the
tell,
dollars.
right? But people can tell when someone's like spent their own money on something or when someone's been given money to talk about it.
About it.
And I think I had this kind of vision for Dip. I was like, what if I just let the universe handle like that on its own, you know, and let the people who
Yes.
really were excited about it talk about it. So anything you hear about Dip, like good or bad so far, has been real.
People
And I think
experienced it and it did what it did. And I believe that that's the space I live in with my life. This is how my podcast is where it is. I just did what I was supposed to do, and I keep doing what I'm supposed to do, and it does what it does. It takes on a world of its own. I'm sitting here with you, for goodness sake. Like, I could not plan this, but I show up with honesty, integrity, and purpose.
Yeah. And people feel it and they recognize it and they want it. People crave, especially in sustainability, like they crave an entrepreneur that like has really thought of them, you know, and like has thought of like, you know, when you get to the end of a shampoo bar or a conditioner bar, the experience stinks. Like, what is that like for when you get to the next one? I always say it's like a martini. Beginning of martini is really fun. You get to the last sip, it's like warm and not great.
Yes, it's like, especially if you don't drink it too fast. That's the way I drink. That's why I waste drinks, and I tell people, don't even bother buying me a drink. I'm the worst.
But with Dip, I was like, okay, when you get to the end of the bar and it's impossible to use and it's flat out stinks. I'm very honest. Like, end of the bar is the worst because it's too small. It's like that with body wash soap bars. So
Yes.
I made sure that the formula was such that you can just take the end of your bar and mash it onto a new one and it melds together.
Then goes in together. I love that.
So you don't have to deal with that horrible end of life. You just mash it onto the next one and
Roll again.
go right into. Yeah.
Wow, you thought about everything. There's one other thing you've said: marketing often excludes real women. From a psychological standpoint, what does that do to consumers, and why is that model finally cracking?
Yeah. So I think when I see hair care specifically, I see a lot of dishonest marketing, right? First, they use very young, bubbly people, you know, before they've gone through any hormonal changes or gone through any, you know, postpartum hair loss or, you know, menopause, like all of these things impact hair. Even you're seeing now like this like hair loss thing that is very real and happening to people. And so you see like hair care companies are often marketing to people using like full heads of hair with extensions and pretending like that is the norm. And the reality is some women are very blessed with like lots and lots of hair.
Beautiful.
But when you really like, if you like walk through a community or you go to a park and you look at like people, you know, just people living their lives.
I love
Most people have like
watching.
kind of, you know, normal. I don't say normal. There's no normal, but like a modest amount
of hair. Yeah, that's the reality, not what we see on TV.
Right. You see every celebrity right now is full of extensions.
Hair. Yeah, come on.
Like, I don't think that helps people. It actually makes them feel way worse. So you see like you see right now there's an explosion of like hair growth products and scalp care products and all of that. And it's like, okay, but a lot of them are marketing with women who have extensions. And I find that uncomfortable to make people feel like their amount of hair is not a normal amount of hair.
I saw the most fit, toned woman advertising DLP-1s. And I'm like, she didn't even bother wasting our time by saying she used it, because we know you didn't, girl. So I'm like, how did these two go together? Because let me tell you something about weight loss. Okay. I lost 86 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm telling you, it took it's still a year later. I'm still trying to get my body
Yeah.
toned the way, and I work out every day. So we know you never struggle with your weight, fam. We know, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah.
And this is what discourages. And I'm like, I hope people can see that nonsense.
Mhm.
I'm not saying don't use GLP-1s or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying don't look at the people you're looking at that's holding these products. Do the research and find out if products work for you. But the packaging and the advertising, if you let that stuff stink in and that becomes a part of what you think you're going to get, you're mistaken.
Totally. And even now it's becoming more sinister because not only are there people that are like, they're like, fake customers of a company talking about things. So there's like influencers, and then there's like UGC that are kind of like paid actors to pretend to be customers. And then the next thing that's happening is AI is entering the chat. And so for anyone that's like,
if it's real anymore,
that doesn't know, because a lot of people, if you're on the brand side, you probably already know this, but like I get pitched companies that can create, 600 fake AI creators that can say whatever I want them to say, and then put them on almost like burner TikTok accounts that have no accountability, talking about dip and all this. So I mean, like,
that's it.
And I won't engage in that kind of marketing, but it is. Well, if you start to really pay attention on TikTok Shop, you will see that a lot of these accounts with the orange cart are not real people anymore.
People don't understand. This is why that is not research.
Right.
You going on social media to validate things with videos and images is not research. Please,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen.
It used to be.
It used to be.
Not anymore.
It could not be. Even
It's
a
not.
website does not equivalent research. Like you have, like, honestly, I'm starting to think is go to the courts, man. Call up the company, ask them real life questions. I don't even know anymore what to do. Swear,
No,
I
and
promise.
it's so hard to get even a person on the phone.
Right, because AI.
Yeah, I know. And I actually have a dedicated customer service person because that is out of respect for my customers. If anyone has any questions, they can get a human within 24 hours. A human will respond.
Right.
And I think that is so important. Like,
it is. It is.
Yeah.
God. And the AI, I created my own AI answerer. She will answer the call and she will take the call. She'll take a message. She'll ask you questions. She'll verify probably even your appointment. But she only gets to take the call and get your contact information so that I can reach out to you. And if my director of ops don't do it, I'll do it myself. It's one of the two of us, no one else.
That's the right way to use that tool, right?
Exactly. To screen things, right?
But if that customer or that person, the inquirer, can't get to a human ever, that is the wrong, and it's in order to like absolve yourself of accountability, that is where I have a huge issue.
Exactly. And I'll tell you what, if you're not keen on it, like I trained her to say that she's my AI assistant or answering service or something like that. But if you're not careful, the way this AI is so conversational with you, you think she's real. And I'm like, I mean, I got frustrated. I'm like, this thing is so stinking real. It scares me. And so I recently I had a federal contract where I was dealing with federal employees that are working in call center space. And I was telling them, mark your days.
Yeah.
And I know nobody didn't like me doing that to hundreds of people. I'm like, but you have about a year, if that much, to work in this type of environment.
It's crazy. It is really, I mean, it's crazy. And I personally, like, I can see why it's attractive to a business owner, right? Where like there's like, okay, like, oh, I'm paying how much in salaries? Like, let me just
that will be I feel it'll be a downfall, not because people are afraid of AI, only because at the end of the day, we want that human connection. We want to know that we're heard, we're seen, and we'll matter. And unfortunately, AI cannot bring that real life experience. And
Totally.
so I don't understand where we're going, but that's going to be something. Let's talk about the consumer psychology, though, because we are somewhat addicted to that fast beauty, fast results, fast shipping, fast turnover from your perspective. What is that doing to our brains and buying behaviors?
I think it's eroding empathy when we make a big distance. Like we're making a big distance between the buyer and the seller. And I think it erodes empathy on both sides. I think when you start to scale into like a oblivion and you're doing everything you can to sell, and a lot of the companies that are fast to scale are ones that haven't spent a lot of time on the products, right? They're like, just get it out there and sell, right? And then so customers who are like, wait a second, like I bought this and I don't like it. And then there's no way for them to get any kind of, nothing's made whole for them. And so then you have people who immediately kind of go to this, like, just in quotes, like this Karen level of anger towards companies, right? And then in response, companies distance themselves further by making all of their customer service non-human.
Right.
So done now is you have like people that only know how to complain at level 10, and you have companies that don't ever have to interact with that type of customer, and it gets worse. And so both sides just get worse and worse and worse. And I think, and they're angrier, like businesses are angry because consumers are now like, F this company, I'll do fraud. I'll mark my package as not delivered. I'll take a little of extra,
Yes.
And so you see consumers, because they're so frustrated with companies, you see them start to engage in this kind of like small little white lie theft.
Yes. That corrupts the entire system.
And then you see on the other side, the companies coming around and being like, oh, you know what? No more free returns, no more of this. Like if your package gets lost,
shopping with you.
Yeah. And so it's getting like, we've taken like this humanity out. We've eroded all the empathy. Like, so, and that's it. And both sides of the fence are quick to cancel the other. Like I've seen business owners cancel annoying customers. I've seen customers try and cancel business owners. And it's like, what are you doing?
Because you said it on the nail. The lack, like we're eroding empathy in our society in so many, and one of the biggest massive ways I didn't think of it is through this consumerist type environment and how we're carrying on, as we would say, with it. It's just getting out of hand.
Crazy. Imagine watching an AI bot that you so realistic that you did not realize it wasn't a human that kind of looked like you, right? Like that kind of seemed like it was your avatar, right? So say like you're like, oh, this person has long brown hair like me and like is around my age, like in the 40s, and like, okay, if she likes it, maybe I'll, and she's just a normal person promoting it, like maybe I'll check out that product. And then you find out that product you won't find out probably that was not a human ever, and it was just to
find out. You'll just think, what is wrong with me now? Because it worked so great for this girl, because what they do, they put them in such natural environments. They're like cooking, they're just here is a mess, and then boom. Guys, listen, be careful out there.
It's crazy. And then you're like, hey, this product didn't work for me like it did, and I want a refund. And they make it so difficult for you to get that.
Even get a hold of anybody. Like now, one of the biggest things, you get online and you order something or you buy something and it's a subscription thing and it doesn't work for you. So you just simply want to cancel the subscription. Yeah. You cannot go online and do that. You have to call someone, and you're calling and no one's answering. The queue is long. I'm like, what is this? So now I'm afraid to buy a lot of things. And this is what I wanted to talk to you about, because on the flip side, when people shop locally, feel and slow down, what actually changes is their identity as a customer, right? You chose not to rely on Amazon or any of those big box retail, which most people see as the safe route. Yeah. What was that mindset strength? And what does it require as a creator, as a builder, as an entrepreneur? What mindset strength did you have that you was able to unlock in the long term that's been sustainable for you as a business, and obviously a big hit with your customers? So the biggest strength is believing what you think is true, right? You have to get rid of the noise of everyone's advice, and you have noise of what your competitors are doing, and you have to get rid of that noise. You have to be like, okay, I know I am frustrated with sustainability. I know I'm frustrated with crappy sustainable products. I know that the person who still believes in sustainability is walking into this type of store,
right? And that's
Mm.
how I was like, connected those dots. And I know that that store owner is vetting this lifestyle, the products for this lifestyle that I want people to embrace, but not feel guilty about. And
Mm.
so I really took when everyone else in the beauty industry was going digital, I went analog. I went and called up these stores, made connections with them. I built a network of stores and store owners. And I was like, I believe in what you are doing so much, that I want to put my products in your type of store. You are it for me. You are the type of business I want to support. You're educating entire communities about going plastic free. You're cutting through the noise of all the digital freaking review pollution and it's a digital pollution at this point is just
Yes,
nonsense
it's
happening online. And like, you are like the anchor to sustainability that is so important to the movement. And so these refill store owners, like, I can't really like praise them enough for getting people excited about about sustainability when
just sustainability to begin with. Yes. So
everyone
you
else
found an alignment you found your tribe and you vibe.
I did, and I love them. They're most of them are women, and not all of them, but most of them are women, and they come from all different walks of life. Some are like young and out of college, but some have had like crazy corporate amazing jobs and have just like, you know what? I'm tired of consumerism. I'm going to open this kind of store. And it's so like punk rock to do that. And it's so counterculture to do that, to ask everyone to be like, hey, slow down, come to my store, refill. You already have your plastic empty thing, like come fill it back up. And I know it's a strange thing, to kind of like align with this kind of store, but it is very much the lifestyle that I live. And I am that consumer.
You're living creating and building your business according to your values and your vision for the world. That is authenticity at its highest, because one of the things I hear people talk about authenticity, but when it comes to their business practices and to get that buck, I can't tell you how many entrepreneurs I have interviewed that says that is exactly why their first, second, third business, multi-million-dollar businesses went bloop. It went bloop, and the same speed it went bloop. Your business went boop, and it keeps going, and it probably goes like this, and then it goes for a while, then it goes like this, obviously, because you stuck with what you stood, what you believed in, and you did not let anyone or anything talk you out of it. And that is what I hope that anyone who's listening today, even if you're just content creating, I say just only because you might say, oh, she's created a product. No. Same principles apply. This is why I talk to people. I said, first, know why you're on this earth. So whatever you do is from a purpose grounded space. Secondly, be clear about your core values, your true beliefs, because that is how you will set boundaries. You will create relationships. You will set your business practices. You will do all that. I don't work with anyone in their life, business, or career if they're not doing those two steps. It's the foundation of everything I teach, because otherwise I'm misguiding you. Yeah. Oh, let's scale. Let's do this. A lot of these practices are crazy because it's just all buts. You're not going to get results.
And you know what? There's a joy of saying no. I don't think a lot of women learn
how so many yeses to yourself. Oh my gosh.
It's so good to say no to certain opportunities. Not everything's an opportunity. Sometimes they're like an opportunity in sheep's clothing, like it's not an opportunity. And so, for me, when someone talks about putting my products on Amazon, they're like, but you can 10x your revenue. And I'm like, yes, but it's at the expense of the stores that I want to support. And that is not exciting for me, to build my business on the backs of sustainable stores around the country and then put my products on Amazon and then siphon their customers away after I've created a network.
Exactly. Does not make any sense to you, and I totally get it, because I honestly, even with my books, when I've written, my bestseller did the Amazon thing, but my other books, no, only because, and I just discovered a week ago that two of my books, one of my journal and one of my books, a mini book I wrote on purpose, somehow, I don't know how Amazon lets this happen, but somebody is selling my books. Two different people or organizations. So now I have to go through that process. I'm not even worrying about it. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to deal with it in January 2026. I looked at
Yeah.
it at the end of November. I'm like, not today, devil. I'm not doing this. It's too much. But how does Amazon, and I'm saying this out loud, let someone sell someone else's book? And they're selling it for like 3 times the price.
Yeah. Well, it's because the Amazon just rewards whatever goes on there. You know, there's not a lot of double checking, triple checking. Like,
you should see my face. I was sitting in the office like, what? Because every now and then we have to you have to Google yourself to see what's happening. Because I've had people put up billboards for me in different countries that I was never even invited to come to. I've had a few things happen, which I'm like, shouldn't I be a lot more famous for that? Actually, no, you got a little bit of a name and a tribe. Here they come, right? And so, like, that's the thing about this world. Imagine that can happen. Someone selling my journal that I sell for $16 on Lulu, they're selling it for $40 on Amazon.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I know nothing about it. And I'm not getting a profit.
Anyone to think that I never shop on Amazon either.
No, I shop on Amazon.
I shop on Amazon. I'm not no saint. Like, do not.
What else are we supposed to do? I can find everything on there. I'm from Guyana. I can find chow mein on there from Guyana. I could find spices on there. So yeah, I buy from Amazon all the time.
Actually, though, if you like spices and you have a refill store near you that have them, they're like a fraction of a cost at a refill store.
Sure. I didn't even know such a thing exists. So I'm going to have to look into that. And then also I'm going to find all the other stores like yours so they can have products. They can have the dip stores locally here in Arizona. That is an assignment. Did y'all hear me? Because I did not know a refill store. I think I've seen the refill perfume and cologne things at Macy's, and I thought that was really cool. I love that. I was like, that's awesome, because I used to keep bottles, guys. I used to be a bottle and a container junkie. I'm sorry, I grew up in a third world country where when we use butter, we actually wash the container, and it became like a little thing that we store things away in our refrigerator. So when I got some of the perfumes that we would buy from overseas, we got the perfume and then I would line it up across my room like in John Paul Clothier, where it was a body, anything that had a nice curve or something, anything fancy, there I was keeping bottles. So that's the reason why we don't need it. I guess I was keeping it for sustainability, but I honestly the refill culture is huge. And yes, we're encouraging that and we want more of that because our planet is in danger.
Totally. And
another episode we're going to have with Kate.
You start seeing like there's a couple swaps you can make, then that sparks curiosity to like maybe one day go back and say, okay, I made this swap and it was great, and then I made this swap, and then like what else can I do when I need to?
We're not saying just go throw everything out, because if you want to do that too, but what I don't encourage anyone to do is to make any change drastically, because our human minds, and I say minds, don't really do well with that. That's how we end up like, oh, I'm not eating bread today. I'm not eating bread anymore, so I'm not going to eat bread at all. I'm like, okay, when I go on my sugar thing, no package carb item. That's where I start. So I'm now only doing an apple or grapes or whatever, which I don't do a whole lot of because still a lot of sugar and the way my body reacts. I'm not saying that for anybody, but I phase it out, and then all of a sudden I'm eating less and less of it, and then I go into my 21-day detox. I don't just go, and I feel like that's psychology shows that that's a way to do anything that you're going to do. Like, I'm going to quit smoking today, throwing out all my cigarettes. No. I'm never a smoker, but today you throw out all your cigarettes and then tomorrow you got 2 packs. Yeah. So the same thing goes for this system, is just start, like you said, I love what you said, is just do the swaps. Do the swaps.
Yeah. Do swaps and forgive yourself. Like plastic, if you need, like, I am never of the mindset of plastic free or bust. There's certain things that I buy in plastic, and I will probably continue to buy in plastic until the substitute is better.
Right. I'm hoping one day I can get rid of water bottles because I buy bottles of water because I drink a lot of water, and I'm not drinking tap water. These bottles of water are not all perfect, but tap water, it's a bunch of plastic in there too, a bunch of plastic in the bottled water.
You know what I did last Christmas as a family? We got ourselves reverse osmosis in our house.
I used to have it in my home in Florida. Yeah. And since I've been living here, I haven't bought property, so I haven't been able to put it in.
Yeah. yeah, if you don't own a house, it's not a worthy investment. But
Yeah.
now that has totally changed my water bottle game because I had the office
The
cooler
water
at my house.
tastes so good. That
It's
is
so
the
good.
best tasting water ever. And so I already also had a well. So I had a
Mhm.
well with all the
Wow.
softener system outside, my little softener plant. So everything that came in the house, and then I had the osmosis system in my kitchen sink. So that's where I filled up all my
Yeah.
water. That was the best thing ever. And you know what? My hair
Mhm.
my hair did so well. It flourished. And I've
Yeah.
never had another time where my hair was so well. Like I didn't lose as much strands when I'm combing my hair and all that stuff. It was
Yeah.
very sustainable for my hair. So I'm
Yeah.
an advocate for that too. Yeah.
I think that's why those shower heads have exploded because I think that's a common problem for a lot of people.
Yes, that's something I need to upgrade. My mom did it because I didn't believe it. I thought it was another hype thing. And my mom did it and I've seen the results of it. So I'm actually
Amazing.
going to invest into it as well because I can do that.
That's so cool. Yeah. I mean, these little tiny tweaks that you make and like, you know, they're all important. But I very much don't like when sustainability is positioned in a way where it's so
You're
kind of
evil if you don't
shaming.
do it.
Yeah, shaming and like anyone that works in a hospital, like you can't get rid of plastic in a hospital where you're gonna make every nurse feel bad for the amount of plastic they go through a day. That's unreasonable and
The
it's
thing is, we are wanting to reduce heavily where it's not necessary.
right.
That's what it is.
Right. And I also think that the burden kind of happens a lot on women since women tend to be the shoppers for the families. And I also don't think it's healthy for women to feel so bad about everything they have to buy to support their family. So like, I think the less shaming and the more celebrating of really great stuff,
Right.
that's where sustainability like needs to go.
Right. Like
People feel
celebrate the
bad.
fact that you're maybe, you and a group of your girlfriends, moms, that you all don't serve your children in the sanitary plates anymore. You actually use ware dishes and you've allowed and taught them to wash dishes because you're using,
Yeah.
I use glass, I use ware in my home. I used to have those plates and cups because it was easier, but that's
Yeah.
just silly. I'm like, it's just you. What is even easier? But I don't like dishes in the sink. And that was the thing I had to get over. I'm like, if there's going to be dishes in the sink, darn well. But even my, when I travel, my bowls, if I have a snack or something in there, because I believe more, the closer you get to preparing your own meals, the more healthy it is. I put it in Tupperware, in glass containers. And for me, that is my swap.
That's
That
great.
is
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's gonna be fine.
back at us. It is not about the planet. The planet is okay. What it will do is regurgitate because it can't digest what we're feeding it. So
Yeah,
we get in a
exactly.
place where we mentally make the switch to we're saving ourselves.
I've never heard it put that way, by the way, and I really like that.
I probably should get on a soapbox at the UN next year with that.
You should.
How about we change the language in sustainable development? We're saving ourselves because when you make things like, oh yeah, Kate is saving the planet. So wonderful. We love Kate. Go Kate. Back to doing what I do. No, we're saving ourselves. People, people buy in. It's always the whiff from what's in it for me.
I agree.
It's what's in it for me. You can breathe. Hello. You have clean air. You don't have to wear oxygen masks around. All of us walking around. Okay. Anyway, Alisa, you're just silly. Let's flip the script where we talk about a moment in your own life where your smart business moves conflicted with your values and you chose the harder, more aligned path. What did that decision cost you in the short term and what did it return to you that spreadsheets can't measure?
So I decided that I was going to spend a lot of money that I would have normally spent on ads. Like we don't run ads with Dip. One of the things that I invested in that was kind of a leap was I treated my small store owners around the country like the influencers. I gave them the influencer red carpet treatment and I put together retreats where I invested really heavily in these store owners they don't have big social media followings, many of them, some I guess do, but I went above and beyond and tried to make a really cool and quiet experience for them that just made them feel
Mm.
stores to some of them to Morocco for 2 weeks. I took some to the Dominican Republic. I took some to recently or this year the Catskills,
How
and
nice is that?
invested in that, and it was complete over the top generosity and spend on my part.
Yeah.
And it actually like it came back in spades, you know. And I didn't know though, like I didn't know what is like this risky spend on these very normal people. Like I consider myself like one of them. They're like it is a good idea to spend all of this money and make sure that they have this experience. And even though there's only a small amount, and then to not broadcast it and not capitalize it and tell like
Yeah. Makes it seem
so
like you're a
I've been
hero of
doing
the
it
day.
for 4 years, and this is one of the very few times I've talked about it. But like that was something that on spreadsheets like did not look good.
Right. Oh, I love it. I love it.
And it's paid off in such a nice way because we'll go into the stores and the store owners have a story that is bigger than like I washed my hair with this stuff.
I
You
saw
know?
I saw the website, and by the way, your branding and your marketing is fabulous.
Thank you.
Fabulous. I just absolutely love it. And it reflects it it reflects it has your energy and your vibe to it too. So how do you personally define success now after building a 7-figure brand on your own terms, Kate?
So success is the ability to spring out of bed in the morning and really love what you do. And it's not really about money. I'm not a rich woman by any means, but I very much am wealthy in the terms of I love
Abundance that
waking up
comes
in
from
the
within.
morning. I love waking up in the morning. I love talking to my store owners. I have a team now, so I did this brand for the first 18 months completely on my own. And now I have my own factory and I employ 4 people in North Carolina. And then I have my team like in New Jersey. And actually like one of the people that works for me used to own a very successful store. And so now she's on my team and she's amazing. And I love talking to my team. It's the leadership role I never knew I was going to have when I started this, but I
Right.
really enjoy the day to day. Like when people talk about work, like love what you do. I really do love what I do. And I love the customers. The customers recognize what we do and are into it, and that's cool. Like I've never, before I had my own shampoo company, like I've never really been so, when you like get so excited about something where you write to the business owner. I've done maybe once or twice in my life, but I have people write to the Dip Instagram, they find my email, they write to me on LinkedIn, and they are so excited that there's a company that they feel excited about.
Oh,
That's something like I'm really blown away by it all the time, but it
yes.
feels
So
good.
you all heard that there is so much room and so much hunger for entrepreneurs who build with purpose, with
Mhm.
conviction and their own values on their own terms that really help to impact people's lives in the most simple way. Just do it.
Just do it.
Permission granted.
And I would say that this concept of irrational generosity to the people who are good to you is the best way to do it. Don't be it's not don't be, but like generosity to influencers is like doesn't make sense. Be generous to your customers, be generous to the people that pay, be
Yes,
generous to those people, the people on your team. Like those are the buckets that it really pays to be generous.
exactly. Exactly.
And that's fun. Like it's just fun to do it that way.
It is. That's because it's you. You're not stepping outside of what you believe and who you are. You're going to
Yeah.
have to stretch because, as an entrepreneur, we have to take risks, but still it's within alignment of who you are.
Yeah.
And it just grows from there.
Yeah. And I don't know if like I'm not here for like global domination of plastic free hair care. Like I don't, if we sold the same amount of dip every month, I would be happy. Like I'm not here
That's
for growth.
sustainable. Yeah.
It's like I'm here for making the changes for people that are really excited about what we're doing. And
And
luckily
that's
there's
exactly how you become globally dominant without thinking about it. Like, seriously.
well,
That's exactly how you do it without planning it, without it being an intention. When you have such an intention to really deliver
mhm,
and still maintain your joy, your peace, and
yeah.
your conscious your conscience.
Yeah. All those things matter. Like they really do matter. And I hope that this next generation of entrepreneurs kind of stops thinking of everything in like through the veil of Shark Tank and actually thinks of it more like through the veil of like, how do I wake up and really love what I do?
Yes. And with that, I get to share it with whoever
Mhm.
is interested, right?
Yeah.
Little did you know is that more people are interested than you think. So with that question, I asked, what's next for Dip? What kind of mindset is required to scale without selling your soul? Without
Oof.
selling your soul.
So I think what is next for Dip is I'd like to hire someone. So I do most of the marketing by myself. I'd
Okay.
love to bring on someone to help me with the marketing so I can work with that. And then I would really, really like to, in an age where everyone is reducing headcount at their companies, and substituting real humans in with AI, I would like to grow mine with actual people. That's what's next.
Yes, I want to hire thousands of people who
Mhm.
come to work that loves what they do and have so much joy doing it. They're fulfilled in their
Yeah.
purpose and their families, their life, their family life. There's literal not just work-life balance, but work-life harmony.
Yeah.
And they have more than enough to take care of who they're responsible for. That is my vision.
Me
At
too.
least 1,000 from talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's never going to go away. It's part of it because without diversity, we lose. We miss. We
Agreed.
miss out on good stuff. Like I didn't think we needed a. I'm going to say this and this is going to surprise me. We shouldn't need a law to tell us that it's something we need. If you're actually building a brand or business, you're going to get talent and you're going to get people who are in
Mhm.
alignment with your vision, your mission, your values, and what you stand for as a company. Why limit where you get them from, what they look like, why
their
do
age.
that? And their age
And diversity of ages
and their
also.
gender.
Yeah, gender, age, all of these things. I have men and women working with me. It is younger, older.
Yes,
it's
I
really,
need that
really,
diversity
yeah, it's the spice of life to be around people who are different than yourself.
all the time. That's what helps you grow. And again, it's like be in bewilderment. Be like a kid. What's that?
Serious. Yeah.
What are we missing? We need some curry in here. We need some, what I'm saying, chopsticks, whatever, all the things. We need that because that just makes life richer. Like I
Yeah.
just interviewed a guest, he's from Hong Kong, and I'm like, I've been waiting for this moment because I haven't met anyone, connected with anyone from Hong Kong. And I'm so glad you like
Mhm.
me and I like you. I need to come to Hong Kong. Like
Yeah.
that's what makes like I tell people, the one thing I work for that's for me in everything I do is to travel the world and experience different cultures and see the
Totally.
world from a different lens, from a different geographic location, a different cultural experience. Like that's what I live for. That's my zing.
I just brought my team to Sri Lanka over the summer. And
Wow.
my husband, who's on the Dip team now, so my husband and I learned to surf there when we were in our 20s. And then I was like, you know what? Like, you guys really need to see Sri Lanka. Let's go there. Let's take the team. And we took them there, and it was so fun. And we stayed with the exact same family we stayed with, I guess it was 10 years ago or whatever. We
That's
stayed with
just
the
so
same exact
beautiful.
family, and I wanted my team to experience like, hey, we talk about sustainability all day, every day. Like, let's go to a place where, there's less resources and sustainability is part of the life. It's
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
And look at this. And that's why I took people to Morocco. It's like, look at this is a different way of life. We talk about sustainability in such a dumb way in the United States, and it's such like a consumerist way. But like, here are these people, they're part of their day to day is washing laundry using the flow of the river. That's cool. That's you could try to sell laundry
And
strips all
until
day.
you see those things, you are
Yeah.
missing out. I'm telling you,
missing.
being someone who was born and raised in Guyana, South America. I moved to the USA, immigrated, I always say legally at the age of 24, lived in Florida. Now I live in Arizona, and I've traveled to a few spots in the world, the Caribbean, Dubai, India, things like that. Trust me, guys, there's so much richness out there. The way I approach life, like COVID did not really faze me except looking at people dying and people getting sick. I didn't get afraid about food. I didn't get afraid about anything because I know how to turn a few keys. And I told people, I'm like, look, if anything goes down, I got you. I said, go get all the stuff they're not getting. They're not picking up flour. They're not picking up beans. They're fighting over toilet paper. But I'm telling you, you can always wash your bottom as long as the water is flowing. You can always use a leaf if you want to. And people are like, that's just ridiculous. No, it's not. It's real life. There are people out there that are doing that. Like
there's a whole world out there.
Right, exactly. I've seen it. I haven't used a leaf, but I remember TMI, we used a newspaper, the black and white, which was not healthy, but it turns out it wasn't. They wet it and then they used it when you were outside traveling. You didn't have public bathrooms to go to, so that was it. That was the go-to. So I'm like, this is crazy. People are fighting over toilet paper, but they don't realize. And then they started going after certain foods. I'm like, you don't need chicken to get protein. Get the beans. Let's get the beans. Like, get the beans. And don't worry about the cans. Yes, that's all gone. Get the beans in the bag that no one's picking up. I'll show you. We'll cook some delicious meals off of this. Just let it go down. And so, but that stuff you learn by looking at other people's culture. Because in the USA, if you were born anywhere between, I guess, before 1940, you don't know anything. You already had a box of cereal in the 1950s. I'm pretty sure, probably even in the 40s. So if you had a box of cereal, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of disconnect that you did not experience about making food and being able to survive without something that someone handed to you in a plastic or a cardboard box. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying. So go watch what other people do. Find out that people literally put their hands. You see those videos of people grabbing fish out of the ocean and they go get a daily catch. There's nothing more beautiful than that. Now, we don't really have the time or the resources to do that in the USA, but give yourself a week out of the year where you experience life in a different way than you did before.
Absolutely. And I think you experience a lot of gratitude when you see like the start to finish of a meal, start to finish of like, you know, what it really means to eat a piece of chicken. Like, did you see that? Like there, or fish, right? Like you catch the fish. Like there's a lot of gratitude there when you are experiencing
and you eat more consciously. That was the thing I realized I was missing in my American life versus my Guyanese life. Like we had pretty much 100% of our meals back then. And I realized that was the thing. There was such a process to get to a meal. There wasn't stuff stored up in the fridge or in a that I can just heat up, or, you know what I'm saying, ready-made bread. When we wanted bread, we baked bread and it lasts maybe 2 days and then we have to bake again. So I wasn't just eating bread all the day. I love bread, but I was a child that didn't eat the bread after it was hot. When my mom took it out of the oven, I was eating hot bread. After then, it's stale bread, so I didn't eat it. Wait till she baked bread the next week, then I'm eating bread again. But here, I can literally just go to the store and I can buy bread and it stays on the counter for 2 weeks without going bad. Well, I think,
that's crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, you can. Those breads that are, the pre-sliced. And if I do buy bread from the store, but I buy it from the bakery.
Yeah.
It's different.
My husband bakes bread almost every day. Like, it's part of the daily routine for him.
Oh
and
my gosh. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
There's something about that. Yeah.
It's the daily bread. It's there's something kind of, it makes you feel really good.
It's just the smell makes you feel good.
It makes you feel like cooking something from scratch. Like even, so I've tried to, I eat meat. I'm not vegan, but I've tried to introduce more plant-based meals,
right?
Just to kind of be a little conscious there. And it also is great. I have 2 kids. Like it's great to get them eating all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And, even doing that discovery of choosing the right vegetables and just going, and it's all part of this process that I think is really important. And we tend to get very distanced from when we're just door dashing.
Come on, or drive through and like give yourself a break. My thing is it used to be where we say give yourself a break and go out to dinner. But now I'm saying give yourself a break, give your body, mind, and soul a break and just cook a home cooked meal. Get a simple recipe and cook something from scratch.
Find something really hard. Spend the whole Sunday. Like there's a joy to it.
Exactly. And even if it's a little bit too crispy, a little bit too salty, you appreciate it. And you're like, I made this darn thing. And you do it again. And then you start looking for simple recipes. There's such a simple way to cook. I tell people I do meal prep and I have I have jerk meat, jerk chicken, all different types of things, fish, all that different stuff. But I marinate it all in batches because I make my marinade, and I use less of the powdered spices and more of like I blend my own spices, herbs and
Oh,
spices.
cool.
And made I put less salt in my food, but still to taste. And I can just stick it in the oven, put it in my air fryer, pan roast it, and I have my veggies. I cook my veggies and I'm done. Like what's there to worry about? Because you just have to blend stuff, pour it on top of the meat, wash the meat, pour it on top of the meat, store it in the fridge so you have baggies of meat ready to go, and you just stick it in.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
easiest. Anybody can do it. I'm not a chef, but when the food is so tasty because you put natural spices in it, and it's, and you just enjoy the flavor. Like I suffer when I'm traveling, I'm on the road, I get literally caked up but I also need to be sometimes, but for me to just traveling around, but when I'm into like another country and they're actually like cooking these meals and bringing it out, or you're watching them make something and they made it from scratch, it's like, yes, because I didn't have to do it. It's always better when someone does it, right?
Totally.
Don't forget that it is. We're not saying that it's not. But yeah, take that with you. One last question I have for you in our round of Mindset Bites to go, Kate. This is where I step away from the microphone and the camera, and it's just you in the audience. And the question today is for the founder and the consumer who are, or even like maybe the leader who might be listening to us, what is one belief they need to release today if they want to build or buy more consciously? Here you go.
Sure. I think the one belief that you need to release to make things a little bit better for you is the idea that you have to be perfectly sustainable. And I know you've heard that before, but this idea that you have to make all the changes, do all the research. I actually encourage you to do less research and find your local zero waste store or refillery. Go in there, talk to the owner, ask them why they've chosen what they've chosen. Just be curious and really explore the landscape and stroll through. And you might be like, this isn't for me. I don't want this lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with that either. But I would love for you to get curious, go in there and see what the options are and what you can just reduce a little bit at a time. So if, the way I see it is, even if your only thing is getting rid of Ziploc bags and switching over to something like a stasher bag, imagine if you and 100,000, 200,000, a million other people made that same decision. It is impactful, and people are making those decisions. So you're part of something bigger, even if you're doing something very small.
Woo! That is phenomenal. Oh my goodness, my word. I will say this. So Kate, tell us what's your favorite way for people to connect with you and your team. And of course, all the links will be in the description wherever you're listening and watching to this. But Kate's going to tell you how to connect with her and actual humans at the Dip.
Yeah, you can find me personally, Kate Assaraf, on LinkedIn, and just let me know that you're not someone trying to sell me something. So let me know how you found me, where you heard this.
Yes.
I get a lot of DMs on there that are just people trying to sell me something. So
I'm so over it.
I know, it's every day. There's like it's crazy.
I want to put Kate up on my social media so that's the one thing I want AI to do is filter my social media inboxes or even my email. Like, don't even let it come in. And if people don't use keywords, just don't let them in.
And then the other way is dipalready.com. That's where you can go to our website and do a little digging and exploring. I encourage you to go check it out and dive deep in there, and also go to our store locator. That'll pull up the store closest to you. So if you don't believe a single word on my website, you can go ask someone that sells it and has tried it and has your best interest in mind.
Yes.
And then our Instagram and our TikTok are at Dip Already. And I encourage you, if you're going to start with any one thing, start with the conditioner bar. Is my favorite thing I've ever made.
I love it. Wow. This conversation is also a reminder that mindset isn't personal, it's economic. Every purchase is a vote. Every business model tells a story, and alignment is no longer optional. It is the strategy of all time. Kate, you are proof that you can scale, impact, empower communities, and still win at the highest level without plastic. Thank you so much for showing up at 100% and for being you in the world today.
Thank you so much. This has been a really, really fun one. I've enjoyed it so much.
I know, me too. I feel like two old girlfriends just chattering. Listen, Disruptors, keep mastering your mindset. Share this episode. Let Kate know you heard it and you love what she's done. And of all time, if you use Dip, let her know that you use it and you love it. Think, speak, do, become. I'll be back with my own Dip product and let you know my Dip experience. I'm Dr. Alisa, the #1 mindset disruptor. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of Mindset Master Moments. Bye now.